Hello guys, this is Off-Grid Rider. There is a lot of confusion around one simple thing amongst the new riders, that is lubing the chain. How do we lube the chain? What do we need to lube the chains? And why is it important? So, before talking about what all do we need to lube the chain, I will first talk about why it is important to lube the chain. Right now, my entire chain set is very dirty. It has been 700 kilometers since I have lubed the chain, and now it is time for me to do another round of chain lubing. So why is it important? That is the first question. Let me quickly show you what is the condition of my chain. First, I will show you the chain sprocket. If you look at the chain sprocket, you will see that it is covered in dust, and if you look at the chain loops, there is a lot of gunk on it. And if you look at the chain rollers, these rollers are completely dry. There is nothing on the roller. Again, let me show you the chain drive belt. There is a lot of dust on it. Compared to other riders, you might find it clean. If you look at your bike, you might find that this chain drive is extremely dirty with lot of gunk on it. And another part that you need to take a look at is this, where the chain is connected to the gearbox. Okay, so I'll talk about all three parts. So my chain drive is relatively cleaner. The chain links are dirty. The chain rollers are dry. So what is the significance of all these? The significance is the gunk that you see on the chain links, those are dirt collected by the chain when I am riding on road or off road, and the lack of lubricant is visible on the chain rollers. So you have just recently bought a bike and you have learned that these are O-ring chains. So O-ring does not let the lubricant inside the chain rollers leak out, and you don't need to lubricate the inner parts of the chain, right? That is common knowledge amongst us. But then why do we need to lube the chains? Because these are not just dirt on the previous lubricant. These dirt also attract moisture, and that moisture will eventually corrode your chain links. And if there is not enough lube on the chain rollers, the friction that happens between the chain rollers and the sprocket will increase significantly, and it will result in a bad sound from the chain. That is the least of our concern. The most concerning thing is it will corrode the chain sprocket. It will take some metal out of the chain sprocket. It will also harm the chain rollers. And about this part, this is the most ignored part of our motorcycle. When we lube our chain, we lube it from here or here or here, but we forget to look at this part. In some bikes, this is so intricate part of the engine, you cannot remove this cover. So in that case, you need to totally depend on the service people to open that part and clean the chain section. And we also need to clean the chain drive. The chain drive is usually made out of rubber or PU material. If you don't clean the chain drive, ये पूरा part जो है ये घिस जाएगा, and you will not have left enough chain drive to have a smoother ride. But there are so many products out there that can complete this task of lubing the chain. There is Motul, there is Castrol, there is also other vendors. But do you need all these? In my opinion, no. To clean your chain drive, to clean the sprocket, to clean this front sprocket part, you need only a few things. First of all, you need kerosene or diesel, whichever is available to you. You need the recommended, the prescribed chain lube, which in my case is gear oil. I will show you the grade. And then you need this brush, which will help you clean the chain. Then you need a tool set. Oh, also you need a short piece of cloth. You will need this to clean the chain. If you have an accessible chain sprocket, first you will need to open the front chain sprocket. This part you don't need to do it all the time you are lubing your chain, but maybe with one gap. If I am cleaning the front sprocket this time, I may not clean it the next time. Just look at the condition of the front sprocket cover. Can you see all this gunk? You might think that this is not touching the chain, then why do I need to clean this gunk? You need to clean this gunk because, as I have told before, dirt attracts moisture. If you don't clean the dirt at this part, it will attract moisture. and moisture will corrode the metal. Take kerosene or diesel, whatever you have, and spray on it, and then take the brush and smoothly just try to gather all the dirt at one place. Don't try to do it randomly, or don't hurry, because then it will spray all over your face. Now after it is collected in one place, take a piece of paper or cloth and scoop it out. Now you see that it is relatively cleaner. You don't need to shine it out, you just need to clean it so that there is not much gunk or dirt left in this sprocket cover. Now let's clean the front sprocket. So after you have promptly rubbed the front sprocket with kerosene, clean the front sprocket and its teeth. Okay? Now you can say the front sprocket is cleaned. So what we will do is quickly cover the front sprocket again. For the new motorcycle owners, this might seem like, oh my god, I did not know cleaning the chains will be this much pain. But trust me, in the long run, it will keep your motorcycle happy. And a happy motorcycle equals to a happy rider, right? As I have already shown you, I don't have much gunk on my chain drive belt. So if the chain drive belt is not dirty, then I don't need to clean it, because it is squeaky clean in my case. If in your case it is dirty, then you might have to start here. First clean the chain drive, then we will move on to the back sprocket, and from the back sprocket and this part only we will clean the entire chain drive. Take the kerosene, try to spray it out, and let's use this cloth to clean the sprocket. Now let's clean the teeth. Why are we using this part to clean the chain? Because kerosene is not a very stable component. It turns into vapor quickly. So before the kerosene turns into vapor, we will spray the kerosene, clean this chain out with this brush and give it a quick rub, then clean it out with this cloth. Let's start. This is how a clean chain looks. See, there is no dust on the chain link, no gunk on the chain link, and the chain rollers are also squeaky clean. Now look at the dirty part of the chain. And also using a cloth is very important when cleaning the chain, because there should be no dirt on your chain when you lube the chain. And some of you might also think that, hey upgrade rider, when we are riding to a destination or we are touring, then we will not get this much time to clean our chain or lube our chain. Then what do we do? There is a simple answer to that, my friend. What you are talking about is special circumstances. In those special circumstances, you need to be resourceful. So you will just use maybe Motul C1, C2 to clean your chain, or you must not have to clean your chain every time you want to lube. That is also some point that you need to remember. You just need to clean your chain when it is really dirty. When you are touring and you don't have this much time to clean out your chain, and in every 500 to 800 kilometers you need to lube your chain, what you need to do is carry some cleaner like Motul C1 or C2 and quickly give it a spray of C1, and then use this brush to clean the chain. And after again you'll have to use a cloth to clean the chain. And if you don't have a dirty chain, then you don't actually need to clean the chain. You just quickly apply the chain lube. Also, some people have this misconception that when you spray out the chain cleaner on the chain drive and it starts dripping black oil or some kind of black liquid, that means the chain is clean. That is not correct, my friend. That black liquid that drips out from your chain drive is not gunk, is not dirt. It is just the residue lubricant from the previous time you cleaned the chain, and it is getting mixed with the chain cleaner. So now we can move on to lubing the chain, which is a pretty quick and simple process. Just take a container like this. These are called gear oil cans, and take a container like this and start the lubing process. You press here and a drop of gear oil comes out of this place. Get hold of the tire and start lubing the chain. So when lubing the chain, put gear oil one drop here in this little gaps of the chain links, here, and then one drop here on the roller. Again here, one drop on the roller. Here, one drop on the roller. So another reason to lube the chain is, even though there is a O-ring or X-ring in your chain drive, those when comes in contact of air, they soon dry up, and when they dry up, they might crackle and let moisture in. So you need to keep your chain drive lubed. So those O-rings that are made of special type of rubbers, those should not get in contact to air. Okay, now you are done with lubing the chain. So what you have essentially done is, you have put gear oil here and in between the rollers. Now the gear oil will spread out given the time, and you are done. You are done for future 500 to 800 kilometers. Now few drops of gear oil will drop from here to the surface below. This chain drive will also be lubed because we started lubing from there. Don't start riding your bike right after lubing. Give it 3 to 4 hours of rest so that the gear oil can spread out evenly in your chain drive and also in your chain. So that's it guys. If you like the video about cleaning and lubing your chain drive along with cleaning the front sprocket and the back sprocket, like the video, share it with your friends, and obviously subscribe.